would you like to respond to anything Ranking Member Garcia had to say?
I appreciate his statement that this has been bipartisan thus far. I think this is an opportunity for this committee to demonstrate that we can work together in a bipartisan way. This is a bipartisan issue. Every Republican I know in Congress wants the Epstein files to be released. Every Republican in Congress I know wants the people that were trafficking women to be held accountable. Every single Republican I know wants the government officials who were involved in any potential cover-up or blackmail operation, if there was one, to be outed and held accountable. So we're going to try to do everything we can to get this, and I think we've demonstrated that. I'm a Republican. We subpoenaed Bill Barr. We subpoenaed Alex Acosta. We've subpoenaed Pam Bondi for the Epstein documents. I don't remember when I was in the minority, a Democrat chairman subpoenaed any Democrat officials in the administration. So we've demonstrated we don't care about political party. We don't care about what your last name is. We don't care how powerful you are. We want to know the truth, and we're doing everything we can. And I hope that the Democrats will work with us in this endeavor, and not politicize it.
Thank you. I agree with you, and I was in that hearing for the meeting with the victims today, and I appreciated very much, Mr. Garcia, what you said about this being a bipartisan effort and there being so many Democrat members there. But I also agree that there hasn't been this level of interest in this issue before.
Right.
I've been here a long time.
It dates back, what we learned from today, it dates back to 96. It dates back six prior administrations. So there have been many other administrations that could have released it and for whatever reason hasn't. But thus far, this administration is producing documents like we've asked, and I appreciate that.
Right. So you've stated a little bit already, the information you've already received from the Trump administration after the subpoena for the records was executed, and how quickly the committee started receiving the information.
Yeah, as soon as the subpoena went out, we heard from the Department of Justice. Their attorneys started communicating with our attorneys, and they started gathering the documents, and I think we got the documents in record time. I can't remember a time when we subpoenaed the Merrick Garland Department of Justice and never got anything from them. So I applaud the Pam Bondi and the Trump administration for working with the committee and for being transparent.
And as you just mentioned, there have been times when you have requested information. I can remember I'd been here 3 months, and I was on the Oversight Committee, on a subcommittee, and we had a bureaucrat come in, and the chairman of the committee said, I've asked you for 3 years to give us information. And the person just sat there and wouldn't say a word and wouldn't respond in any way. Wouldn't you rather have a subpoena in hand above everything else, even a law passed by Congress?
Absolutely.
Which can be challenged in court immediately to get this information?
Absolutely. We're doing what that discharge petition wants done. And we're 3 steps ahead of that discharge petition. We've already deposed former Attorney General Bill Barr. We've already subpoenaed the estate, the Epstein estate, for all the documents.
And
we've already
subpoenaed September 8th, the material would come from them?
I'm sorry?
You said the Epstein estate is going to start producing
September
material?
8th. September 8th, they're going to produce the documents from the estate. I believe September the 16th or 19th one, Alex Acosta's coming in for a deposition. And I know that during our discussion, Ms. Crockett and Raj Krishnamurti, I believe, ask questions about what we should ask Acosta. So everybody, both sides are going to get equal time to interview Acosta on all of that. And again, the administration has complied with our request, and I think we're getting those documents, and as we speak, they should be being uploaded to a website right now.
And it's my understanding that the Massey document, the Massey legislation, only asks only for information from the administration. Is that correct?
That's right.
It doesn't go beyond the administration.
Right, and we're going to go beyond it. We're already getting the documents from the administration, and we've moved way past, because that discharge petition was filed 6 weeks ago. We've already deposed, again, the former Attorney General. We've got dates set for others to come in. We're downloading 34,000 pages of documents. We met with the victims today and got more names that they said in front of the minority, and we're going to press forward with that. So we're way ahead of this discharge petition. I don't think it's necessary at all.
And and you are going to be in a very unique position of being the arbiter of any needed redactions, keeping that decision in the hands of members of Congress, correct?
Correct. And there were, one of the victims today made it very clear she didn't want her name, made public. Others said they were willing to let their names be public and were willing to testify in a public hearing. And so, you have to know, you have to have, grant the privacy rights to the victims. Some of the victims want their names out there, and some want their names to be redacted.
And it's my understanding that was not sufficiently taken care of. That's
correct.
In the Massey legislation.
That's correct. And I also want to mention that Speaker Johnson sat through the whole meeting today with the victims, the entire 2.5 hour discussion we had, bipartisan discussion.
And what I heard from the victims was that they feel for the first time that they're being heard.
They feel that they're being heard, but they made it very clear they don't have a lot of trust in anyone affiliated with the government because they believe that their government has let them down. And the timeline of that would date over both Republican and Democrat administrations in the past.
Correct. So let me see if I can put all this together. You believe a formalized investigation by the House is the best path forward to obtain the records and disclose them to the people.
Yes.
You've made a commitment, and our resolution makes a commitment to disclose everything that can possibly be disclosed short of violating the privacy rights of others.
Yes, ma'am, 100%.
And by having the full House vote and speak in support of this investigation, it will be helpful to you in executing the mission that you're about. Is that correct?
Absolutely. If we have to go to court for something, if it's a good bipartisan vote in the House of Representatives, that only helps.
Okay. I appreciate that very much. Mr. McGovern.
At a House Rules Committee hearing last week, Representative James Comer, Republican Kentucky, discussed bipartisan support for the release of the Epstein files. He expressed appreciation for Ranking Member Garcia's statement on the bipartisan nature of the investigation, stressing that this issue transcends political lines. Comer emphasized that every Republican he knows in Congress wants the Epstein files to be released and those involved in trafficking women to be held accountable. He also highlighted the desire to out and hold accountable any government officials implicated in potential cover-ups or blackmail operations. Comer pointed out that the committee's efforts so far have been bipartisan, with Republicans taking significant steps, including issuing subpoenas to Bill Barr, Alex Acosta, and Pam Bondi for the Epstein documents. He noted that, in contrast to his time in the minority, when Democrats did not subpoena any officials from their own party, the current Republican-led effort is focused on seeking the truth, regardless of political affiliation or power. He urged Democrats to continue working together without politicizing the issue. The conversation shifted to the progress made in obtaining documents, with Comer acknowledging that the current administration has been cooperative. He expressed appreciation for how quickly the Department of Justice responded to subpoenas and began providing the requested documents. He contrasted this with past experiences where the department had been less responsive, particularly under Attorney General Merrick Garland. He praised the Trump administration for its transparency and willingness to work with the committee. Comer also spoke about the committee's proactive steps beyond the Massey legislation, noting that they had already deposed former Attorney General Bill Barr and subpoenaed the Epstein estate for documents. He mentioned that the estate was scheduled to start producing documents on September 8, and Alex Acosta's deposition was scheduled for mid-September. Comer stressed that the committee is moving quickly and has already obtained 34,000 pages of documents, well ahead of the discharge petition that had been filed 6 weeks prior. The issue of victim privacy was also raised, with Comer acknowledging that some victims wanted their names kept confidential while others were willing to testify publicly. He emphasized the importance of protecting the privacy rights of victims, ensuring that their wishes are respected. During the meeting with victims, Comer highlighted the bipartisan atmosphere and noted that, for the first time, the victims felt that they were being heard. However, they also expressed a deep mistrust of the government, citing past failures by both Republican and Democratic administrations. Comer agreed that the timeline of the issue spans multiple administrations, but he remained committed to transparency and accountability. Comer concluded by stating that a formalized investigation by the House is the best way forward to obtain the records and disclose them to the public. He reaffirmed the committee's commitment to releasing everything that can be disclosed without violating privacy rights. A House vote in support of the investigation would help strengthen their efforts, particularly if legal challenges arise.